Okay, hello guys, welcome back to Zearth Trading Weekly Updates. So let's start with the economic calendar updates as usual. So what we can say is that we're not expecting a lot of news next week. We have a few key news, but that only happened on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So these are the few times that you need to check out. On Tuesday, 10 p.m. Malaysia time. On Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time, and on Friday, 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time. So these are the three important news that we should be aware about. And another thing that you want to take note on is that I think there is some rift or some disputes in the trade war updates, right? So let's move on to market updates. So okay, now we're talking about the UK 100. I think somewhere in the previous week I did mention that this is a key area that has been supporting well. And what we can see over the week was every time the price comes to this 7300 area, some to 90, some to 80 plus, it gets rejected and pushed all the way up, right? And the market has been going sideways within that 100 point range. So what we can see is that we're seeing a small sideways movement at this area. And the key thing to take note is that for the past 5 days, the market has been trying to push up and it ends up getting rejected every day. See, what you can see here is that it tries to push up here the first time, it gets rejected, fell down, it tries to push up again, gets rejected, try. Eventually we see a solid base here, but what you're seeing is that the market is still getting rejected. Despite seeing the price closing higher day by day from Wednesday to Friday, I still, I still see this as being rejected. So moving forward on next week, you will really want to take note at this 7300 area, the 7300 level. If the price is to break below, we can start to say that we're seeing a little bit of bearish momentum coming in, but until the price breaks below 7230, the bullish momentum is still in there. So if you want to short, then you can short a little bit, and you have to take profit whenever you see a bullish change, right? And if you want to be very sure or very safe on your short, then you have to wait for it to break below 7 to 30 areas. If it breaks below, then you can go further down to zone 130s or this 7,050 areas, right? So it will be this area and this area. But for me, the best place to buy in is still around 6,900. This is due to this is a personal bias. So I'm looking at this area because I think we still have this Brexit thing ongoing, and it's not really over yet. And for UK to go up right now, I think it's a bit too early. Right, let's move to Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is very bearish now, of course, right? Because what you can see is that the market, we see 5 red candles on the past week, right? And if we were to change to this weekly time frame, what we're seeing is we're seeing a bearish engulfing candle, and it's something like a piercing candle, right? So to go in long right now wouldn't really make any sense, but if you really want to look for opportunities to buy into the market, what you can do is you wait around this 26,000 area. This 26,000 to 26,200 area is going to be a decent support. And if this is still a bullish momentum, right? If you're still expecting this market to be in a bullish momentum, then the price should go sideways from here for at least maybe 1-2 days. Then you can start to long all the way to 28,000. Of course, after this movement last week, if you're going to short right now, a little bit too late. So do not short right now. Just look for longs and look for good entry to long. So for the Australia 200, what you're seeing is that you're seeing a major rejection on Friday. But if you really want to short into this market, then just wait for the price to come back to 650 area. So if the price were to come back, you can take some short, but your cut loss has got to be above the all-time high here, right? You don't, or maybe above the signal candle. So it depends on how you want to play, right? If you're to enter around 650, let's say you want to risk maybe 40 pips, you can risk 40 pips and your reward would be somewhere around 200 pips, right? So you can decide whether you want to cut loss above the signal candle or you want to cut loss above the previous high. It's all up to you. Or you want to enter here, and if it comes back around this area and you want to average your position, it's okay to do so too, right? So it's still looking pretty bullish for me, but a retracement is quite I would say it's quite logical. So the price coming back to 6,580 areas is not going to surprise me. Now let's talk about the US market. The US market, despite the indecisiveness, what we can see is that for the past week the market has been going sideways. So it's not going up, it's not going down. It's just indecisive. But the good thing that I'm seeing here is that we're seeing a possible reversal on the weekly candle, but we need a little bit more confirmation, right? So right now, this is a pretty neutral state for me. So I think if you want to do a short trade on the US market, you're good to go ahead. But if you want to be bearish on this market, the price has got to break 2980 and then break this 2950 areas. Then we can see the market retrace all the way back to maybe 2880. So yeah, just somewhere around this price. But right now, unless there's this trade war news, I don't think the market is going to really go down for this US market. We need a little bit more confirmation and a bit more of bad news. So for now, the US market is still bullish in my opinion. Right? So that's all I have for this week's update. So I'm going to make a separate video for Brussels updates in a while. So yeah, as usual, I hope this updates helps you in your day-to-day trading. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next week.